Hi, today we are talking about consciousness of wellness and understanding 6 stages of disease from Ayurvedic perspective. And I'm Neerja Ahuja, Principal Consultant and Course Facilitator at Ayurveda Awareness Center in Applecross, Perth. So let's talk about first the concept of imbalances. When the rhythms of individual life do not align with the cycles of nature, stress, weak digestion, and doshic imbalances become inevitable. That's what Ayurveda's thought is. And in that context, let us talk about specifically toxins that are created. And I'm using a very loose term for a layperson, the word toxin. So when the digestion is weak, then what happens is that there is some semi-digested material is created in the system that the body cannot get rid of. Because say in the ideal scenario, when the digestion is happening, there are only two things that need to happen. First is assimilation, and the second is elimination. So either the food, whatever is required by the body, is assimilated in the body to be used up, or whatever is not required is thrown out as elimination. But in the case when the digestion is weak, not all of this process happens according to the ideal scenario, and what we are left with is some semi-digested material which is neither assimilated nor eliminated. In language of Ayurveda, Sanskrit, the term that is used is called ama. And this ama, because it is not there, should not be there in the ideal scenario, and now it is here, body cannot assimilate it and body cannot eliminate it either. So it starts causing imbalance in the body, which will lead to disease. So that's the concept of ama. And then we say that there are 6 stages of disease that Ayurveda talks about in the process of disease manifestation. And in this sequence of stages of disease, manifestation and complications are the last 2 stages respectively. And these are the 2 stages that traditional medical system talks about. Knowledge of the first 4 stages is unique to Ayurveda and permits the recognition and elimination of disease long before it progresses into clearly differentiated clinical symptoms. So let's look at what are these stages. So the 6 stages of disease are as written here. So the first stage of disease is accumulation, and what is accumulating is that ama that we talked about, which has started or which is being created in the body because of the weakened digestion. So first stage is that this ama starts to accumulate. The second situation is the second stage is now the situation is getting aggravated because this accumulation has been going on for a while, and so situation is aggravated, and this physical substance, which is slimy, sticky, mucousy kind of substance, what we call as ama, now is filling up the spaces in the microvilli, and when that is full, then it starts to migrate from where it has been created in the intestine, and then it starts moving. So migration has started, and then it starts getting localized in the place, in those parts of the body or tissues where the immunity is low because of whatever reason. It could be genetically weaker area of our body, or it could be because there has been some other health issues in the past, so that area has become weakened and cannot resist this ama that has migrated, and this starts getting localized in that area. So, for example, if it starts accumulating or localizing in the arteries, we'll just call it high cholesterol. If it starts getting accumulated in the joints, we will call it arthritis. Or if it has been going on for years, maybe by the time somebody's in their 70s or 80s, it has gone to the brain. We call it, the beta amyloid plaque. And so the disease may be called as dementia or um, so so that is what the localization means. This ama is being now localized in a particular part of the body, and then once it has localized, it will start manifesting as a particular disease in that area, which I've just given you some examples about. If it manifests in the artery, we'll call it disease A. When it manifests in the joints, we'll call it disease B, and so on. But it is the same substance doing the similar kind of things of disrupting whatever was the work that cells were doing there. It is not letting them do it appropriately or in the most optimal manner. So that will start manifesting as a disease. And then the sixth stage of disease is disruption, where the disease is now getting complications because of the disease. So these are the 6 stages of disease that we talk about in Ayurveda, and out of those, only last 2 are manifested where they can be clearly labeled from medical perspective. Now, what is the importance of these first 4 stages is that we, from Ayurvedic perspective, because of the understanding of these 4 stages, we can do a lot of work before the disease actually manifests. I'm sure you might have also had this sometime this experience, or maybe you know somebody who has got this kind of experience where they know something is not right. That's the experience, but it is not major enough that they go to a doctor, or if they go to a medical professional and get some test done, blood test, or any other kind of test, but the results come in the normal range, but from inside something is not right. So probably when you have that kind of experience, you are somewhere in the first 4 stages of disease. And in those times, any disease is completely reversible if we take care. But what is required is our attention and our commitment to do something and work at the preventative level. And that's what something that Ayurveda provides very, very powerfully, and where you can do a lot about prevention before the disease actually manifests. And we at Ayurveda Awareness Center provide many services in that area. We do mind-body consultations. We provide Panchakarma treatments for rejuvenation and detoxification. We do stress buster kind of programs. We have Ayurvedic herbs, and we have some herbal oils that can be useful in different conditions, mainly made in-house. We are also involved with education for Ayurveda, and we run Ayurveda courses, and we run workshops around wellness at workplaces and groups. We run 1-year foundation training in clinical Ayurveda, 1-year course. If you are really interested in following it through your own health journey and probably spiritual journey as well, because we are looking at mind-body health. And so you can call us or email us for any further information if you are interested in any one of those. And I just want to say thank you. And we will look forward to see or interact with you more if you think we can be of any help. So thank you for listening to this.